Good morning, everybody. So this is Maliciously Hopeless, and it is October 11th. Oh, God, that sounds so horrible. And this is episode 4. If you don't know by now, I am Wonderfully Hopeless, and we have...
Me, Miss Mel, of the now rebranding Miss Mel's Crafting Corner. So, already, what's been going on in each other's life because of, well,
We talk.
this is what we do every day. We talk constantly. We basically have a, between the two, at least between the two of us.
Yeah, it's pretty much.
Would you like to start or shall I start?
Oh, why don't you start? Mine's a book.
Okay. Mine's a novella. Okay, so life. I am finally feeling better. When we recorded last time, I was still sick. I was kind of like, oh, I'm getting better, and then I got sick again. This is from working in retail. Yes, I'm a framer. Yes, I work in a frame shop, but I work for Joann's, and it's still a retail setting. So I have a ton of coworkers and a ton of customers. And not everybody practices what their mama told them when they say to cough or sneeze into the crook of your arm. You know, this whole coughing your hand and then shake my hand, and I'm like, I have to shake your hand because I'm a polite person. Steve has decided that we're going to set up like a decontamination station right inside the front door. The funny thing is, growing up with a mother who had open heart surgery, who had battled MRSA after open heart surgery twice, I know how to set up a clean barrier, what the nurses called a clean barrier.
Mm-hmm.
I know how to set one of those up. Yeah. So, life skills. So I got sick again, and I had to take I had to call in a couple times to work because I couldn't get out of bed. There was one day I called in the night before, and I get on the phone, and I'm calling into work, and the MOD Ruth, and one of the other new workers answers, and they're like, thank you for calling Joann's. This is so and so. How may I inspire you today? That's the new way we're supposed to answer the phone, by the way, people. So if you call Joann's and you hear us ask, how may we inspire you today? That's our new thing. It's no longer what are you making or what can I help you find? It's how may I inspire you today?
Lame. I didn't say that.
And I'm like, hey, it's me, Mel. And the other person on the phone is like, oh my God, you sound terrible.
That's always what you want to hear.
And I'm like, thanks. I feel terrible. I'm calling in. And she's like, okay, I'll get the MOD. And my MOD gets on the line and she's like, are you going to the doctor this time? I'm like, what do you think? She's like, okay. She's like, but if you got to call in tomorrow, she goes, I'm coming there to take you to the doctor. I'm like, okay. I'm like, deal. She's like, okay, get some sleep. My manager at the store right now is battling what we all think could be walking pneumonia.
Oh, that's always lovely.
Because she is still coughing and wheezing and...
And you're staying far away from her?
Yeah, we're on opposite ends of the store.
I was going to say, you're just getting healthy? We really don't need you sick again?
Especially with pneumonia?
Yeah, that'd be bad. Yeah?
That would be a trip, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it'd just be so delightful.
Oh yeah, Nana would be jumping on that plane early.
Okay, you need to get sick, so she'll leave me alone for a while.
So, I'm starting to feel better. Work is we're still pretty crazy. Yesterday I had the busiest Monday in a long time.
Well, it's getting about that time.
This is actually not Christmas stuff yet. This is just people wanting to get stuff framed. So we're like, I'm like, I'm going to listen to the, CNN Money News Market tonight to see what is going on. Why do people have all this,
Yeah.
disposable income? I don't mind that you all have disposable income because, spend it with me.
Yep.
But so crazy, crazy busy day yesterday. And then today is just the cherry on top of my cake. I sleep till 6:30, which is not good because my son's van comes anytime after 7:08 in the morning. So I sleep until 6:30. Come up, get him dressed. Basically, we have to stand there going, okay, come on, get dressed. Get dressed. Get him downstairs, get him to eat breakfast, and back upstairs to brush his teeth. Well, thank God, I think they had to find a substitute bus driver this morning, and the bus was late. Bought myself some time.
There you go. And
then I have a few minutes to relax until I got to start getting Ian through the process of getting ready for school. And we get him to school, and I come home, and I'm driving home, and I'm pulling into the driveway, and I'm like, I think I did. Please tell me I did not do what I just think I did. Walk up to the front door. It's locked. I don't have my keys on me. I don't have my house keys. I put my car keys and my house keys on separate key rings to relieve the stress on your ignition switch. I was the girl when I started driving that had the big massive keychains, the one key with the big massive keychains. Yeah, that was me.
Yeah, I did that.
So I have them on two separate keychains. And I also do that because our mailboxes for our complex are down on the street. So during the winter, if I pull up to get the mail, I don't have to shut the car off. I can just grab my keys and go to the mailbox.
I have mine on.
Yeah. So I had to call Steve and be like, hey, honey, I locked myself out of the house and I don't even have my purse on me. It's in the house too, so I'm really low on gas. And he's like, it's my meeting day. Tuesdays are his big meeting day. Every day he has 2 meetings, but Tuesdays are back to back to back to back. It's meetings all day long.
Yep.
And he's like, I have a meeting starting in a half hour. I'm like, he's like, do you have enough gas to get here? I'm like, you? And he's like, oh God. He's like, okay. He's like, get here. I'll give you the house keys. I'll give you the credit card so you can go to the gas station, you can get home. Like, but what happens if I'm delayed? And he goes, I'll leave them at the front desk for you. They'll buzz you in and just grab them. I'm like, what now? I'm like, Emma's. So I was in like frumpy, not really too concealing shirt. Good thing I had grabbed my hoodie this morning. And my plaid flannel pants. And flip-flops. That's what I was in this morning. So driving into downtown to his office. Thank God he met me outside. I didn't have to get out of the car. Because he was outside talking with some people, and one of the people he was talking to knows me. He's like, he stops by every now and then. We've been to his place for barbecues, stuff like that.
Yep.
And every time he see me, like when we go out like that kind of thing, I'm nicely dressed, my hair is done, my makeup's on, so I'm rolling up into the parking lot with no makeup, hair's not done, in my pajamas, and I'm like, hi, honey. So that was my morning. So everything I had planned to do this morning got like drop kicked out the window.
That is always the way it goes.
Yeah, and it sucks.
Yep. I'll second that one.
But that's been my life, other than kids going to school and doing great this year. So
That's good.
that, yep, that was my morning and my life since last filming.
Oh, if only my life had been that calm. And Mindy Snickers for a reason. So let's see. My father-in-law ended up in the hospital, what, 2 weeks ago now?
Mm-hmm.
With blood clots, congestive heart failure, pneumonia, and cirrhosis of the liver. We were just starting. He finally got home last week. We went to go see him, or we were supposed to go see him Friday, and I was having pain in my arm. And I've been having this pain for 9 months, so that wasn't all that shocking, but it had gone away and it had come back, and I couldn't deal with it. I went and I saw the doctor. I have a pinched nose. They don't know where it's pinched, but the likelihood is I have to have surgery. So I have to have another test on the 19th to see if they can figure out where it's pinched. That's kind of necessary to do surgery on it. And they checked my blood pressure. A lot. And of the 4 times it was checked, one of those, well, wait, okay. 3 of those times it was at heart attack stroke level. So needless to say, I have my own health issues because it is coming down slowly, but it is on a downward trend. I am monitoring it very, very, very closely. Otherwise, Sugar Nana and my mother will kill me. So
I'll hold you down.
So I have been monitoring it. It is going down. And today was the first day I've seen some really good numbers. So, but I'm having to change my diet and I'm having to reduce my stress, which living my life is not an easy thing. I eat, drink, sleep, breathe stress 24/7, and yeah, it's not pleasant. So I've had to take some steps to reduce my stress and change my diet because let's face it, the stress isn't all going to go away. So I just kind of have to deal with it as it comes, and yeah, all that good crap. But I'm still alive, I'm still kicking, and that's the important stuff. So, and that's my attitude for the day.
One day at a time.
One day at a time, and what doesn't kill me will make me stronger. And don't repeat that to Netta because
That will hurt you.
but I am feeling better. My blood pressure was back down to the I was at, what was it, 130 over 180 something.
You were bad.
So no, that's what it was today. So that was compared to last Friday when it was 180 over 122 or something. I'm doing a lot better now.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I'm really trying to work on that. So, trying to stress a little less over school, trying to stress a little less over everything else. But, and I'm stitching, so, I've decided to have
That
more
helps.
walking. So the husband and I are exercising more to try and keep it under control. So, but I just, anything that causes me stress is just being pushed aside right now. So I even told family that I really couldn't have company this weekend because I needed a chance to de-stress. So short of having to go back to Jacksonville, which we'll have to see, because my father-in-law is back in the hospital this week. So he just went to the hospital last night. So we'll see how that works out before I'll know if I have to make another trip to Jacksonville. So, yeah, that's my life. Don't live it.
Yeah. We're falling apart, and I'm not even 40.
Shut up. I will hunt you. All right. Do we have any finishes? You might. I know I don't.
Actually, no, I don't have any finishes yet. I'm close on a couple of things, which if I just sit down and do some solid stitching, I'll finish them.
Cool. So what have you been working on? Stitching wise.
Stitching wise.
And quit flying that cup in front of me.
Okay, here. Anybody who has one of these from Starbucks, that's the custom collage it yourself cup, you know, where the bottom removes and you can put in different paper. Send Charity pictures.
Evil! Evil woman! Evil!
She has threatened to steal my cup when she comes here in June.
Evil woman.
So I've worked on a couple of big things, just a couple. And one of them was, let's start with the big things, because then I got on a smalls kick.
Oh, should we do what we're doing together first?
What mini project?
The one we started last night with Sugar Netta.
I'm going to wait until I hit the smalls.
Okay.
Because I got some. I am working on Angel of Love by Lavender and Lace. And I've gotten quite a bit done on her since you guys last saw her.
She is looking gorgeous.
I started beading. So I've almost got the whole orb beaded. And anyone who has worked on this or beaded this, did you have, using the Mill Hill beads, if you did not convert to Delica, if you use the Mill Hill, are you having issue fitting all the beads in there on a 28 count? Please let me know. Because it's 28 count over 2. You know, like I think is really the only thing this pattern should be stitched on with the amount of beadwork you have.
Yeah.
Because there's her hair is all beaded. I got part of the halo beaded. But then I got one whole wing done. I started filling in her cloak line. And then the top half of her is done.
She is gorgeous.
Yeah. It's amazing. It's just, every time it grows, I'm like, God, this was an amazing pattern.
Yeah, I want to do that one.
And then I worked on one of my Christmas stockings. This one is for my son, Ian. I think this one is called Home for Christmas from the Better Homes and Gardens Heirloom Christmas Stocking book, where if I think just about every stitcher I've ever met has that book in their collection somewhere. Or they have the magazines that the stockings originally appeared in.
Yep.
But there, I've gotten a bit more filled in on the teddy. And then I did this masked work here. I did some more of the fire in the fireplace. I was missing a color. I got it picked up so I can finish filling in the fire. And then I started filling in the chair. So the top half is stitched, except for the cuff. I left space. I got to do the cuff yet, but I do those last. But to about, where does it break? To about here, it's all stitched.
Very nice.
It needs to be back stitched, but these stockings are highly detailed.
Mm-hmm.
You either have to backstitch as you go or just bite the bullet and backstitch it all at the same time.
Yeah, I always save the back stitch for the end, so I don't stitch over it.
Yep. And then I started doing some more beading on my Enchanted Mermaid. And I was working on her crown. There you guys go.
She's gorgeous.
Yes, she's big too. I mean, not that you guys know what my hand size my hand is in real life, but She's big. And then I got on a smalls kick. And you guys may remember this from last time. I started this ornament, Halloween ornament. I've gotten some more filled in on it. I'm now just working on the caution sign yellow. This is for my son, Ian.
I need to make that for Jim.
And then I started working on a bunch of Country Cottage needleworks and Little House needleworks. And let's start with Santa's Village piece, Point Set a Place from Country Cottage Needleworks. That is what it will look like when it is finished. I have finished all of the specialty fibers in it. I'm now just working solely on DMC. And there it is. That's what I've gotten so far.
Gorgeous.
So there's that one. And then because that rekindled my love of cottages again, I started working again on Country Cottage Needleworks April Cottage in their Cottage of the Month series. So there it is. And here it is.
Love those.
You want to know what my favorite part is so far of this cottage? I haven't stitched the actual cottage yet.
Carrots.
These carrots.
Yep.
They are the most adorable carrots in a long time.
Yes.
So there's that. And then just the other day, I was chilling out while I was trying to get kids ready to go to school and all that. This was Sunday. No, this was all the Sunday work. Sunday, I picked up January Girl. My videos may remember I tried to do Stitch Mania. And I couldn't make it. Fizzled. But January Girl was one of my Mania starts. And all I had done was just one little loop right here when I picked it back up on Sunday. And now I have the whole branch done on the side, and the girl is just about, her main color is just about filled in.
You made a lot.
And I did that all on Sunday. Yep.
Made a lot of progress on that one.
So there's that. And then last night, we kind of went off the rails and did some new starts. And somehow Charity is able to rope people in to do things.
Hey, I couldn't
So
get
one of the patterns, we couldn't get Corey to do it, but we got Netta to do it.
Netta joined us.
I'm going to show you.
Netta.
I'm going to show you first a pattern. Ooh, I lost some sunlight.
Okay. I think it's supposed to storm here today.
The bottom of our temperature is supposed to fall out. We're supposed to get to like 32 degrees Wednesday for a low.
I don't know, and I'm not looking.
So after we got off the hangout last night, and I sit up for a little bit more after we're done for the night, I will stitch either what I'm working on or find something new. And I decided to find something new last night, and this is in the Halloween special edition book from Just Cross Stitch. It's the Ursula Michael Pumpkin.
In this one?
Yep. I think it's page 50 something. But this is what I have done on it. And it's a good chunk of the pumpkin done.
Oh, yeah, that is cute.
Yep.
So I don't show pattern. That one?
Yep. Right there. Yep. The one that says boo in all the different word fonts. So that was my late night start, and I kind of worked on it this morning while I was getting kids ready for school. And what I love is you can do all the stitches at once. This is with this one, because all the full cross stitches, all the back stitching, all the specialty stitches are all done with 2 strands of floss. over 2 fabric threads.
That's always nice.
This is my own hand-dyed fabric. This, I believe, was a piece of 28 count Monaco that I had lying around when I tried ice dye. So I put the pumpkin up in a little darker area.
Looks really good.
And then last night, this is the start that Charity wrangled everybody into,
Except for
or
Corey,
just about everybody.
because she's a black.
Myself and Netta. Corey resisted.
Corey's mean. She didn't join us.
Corey has
She has a new start, but she's still mean.
she had a new start, but not this.
She's not.
This is also from the is a frosted pumpkin Halloween Friends, right?
Yes, it is. Trick or Treat Pals by Frosted.
Trick or Treat Pals. And I got most of the frame done last night.
Wow, you did good.
So that is all my stitching. Like I said, no finishes yet.
Yeah.
That's what I've been doing.
All right. Well, my stitching is a lot less because, well, I have no time, and what little time I have, I've been working on my knitting and crochet for Christmas presents because that's quickly approaching. So what I have worked a little bit on is I've been working a tiny bit. This is the one that has been going with me. It's been my travel project. So it's going to be this when I get it finished. But, you know, you can see I don't get much time to work on it. It's slowly getting done. And then, as Mindy said, we're doing the Trick or Treat Pals, and I'm nowhere near as close to being done with the border. I'm just working on the bottom. But it is stitching. It's going. I have a little stash acquisitions, though. So I don't remember if I showed it the last time, but I got one of the gingerbread house, or the, yeah, gingerbread train from the gingerbread village. I'm going to get the whole thing. I'm going to do this on this as a sampler, so one whole piece. That's how
Oh, that's gonna look cute.
So I'm going to get the other pieces for that. And then I picked up the magazine that, you know, will now live in infamy, and I may frame this one. And, you know, I finally figured out, so I was looking, where's that picture at? So they did a feature of floss tube in the magazine, which was awesome. So that's the floss tube playlist there. But I finally figured out who this is.
Who was that?
The Real Life of Me. So that's
Awesome.
hers. That's her bunnies. So that is like totally awesome. Once I got the, you couldn't really tell with the digital copy, but once I got the image, the magazine, it's so much better. So, which reminds me to let everybody know who doesn't watch my normal videos that we've had to start a second playlist because we have filled 5,000 and that's the max. YouTube won't let me put any more videos on that playlist. So I've had to create a second playlist, which is kind of cool.
But you're not taking down that first playlist.
Yeah.
You're gonna leave that up.
Oh yeah, gonna leave that up and it'll be there for posterity.
Yay.
All right. So shall we move on to yarn craft?
Let's move on to yarn craft.
Have you done any? Got any finishes?
No.
No finishes? I have.
No, I'm not as fast as Corey is with the toques. That woman can crank out a toque.
I have a finish.
Yay.
I have my water bottle cozy, which is the bomb. One,
Nice.
sparkly. Two, it really does keep the condensation off all my stuff, which was what it was made for. So what have you been working on for your knitting and crochet?
Well, I got Alex's toque. So that's how far I got it. I'm into the cabling.
Very nice.
My favorite part.
You do like your cables.
I'm going to have to make Ian another hat. He loves his blue hat, but his winter coat is red and black. So now he wants a red one.
Of course.
Of course. I finally tackled this lace kerchief, which I
Yeah.
might make into a shawl length. But I'm finally getting that tackled. This is the spring lace kerchief. I believe that's the title of it. It will be linked down in the show notes and description and all that when we get those links done. It's a free Ravelry pattern. It was a different way of writing the pattern. It had a chart and it had a written pattern, but she only writes it. She doesn't include these stitches, your edge stitches in it. She only does what you do here. She tells you what to do for the edges and the center spine.
Right.
But she doesn't chart it out, nor does she write it in every. So she only writes it once. So what you do here, you have to know that you yarn over, knit, yarn over, and then do the repeat over here. So I literally had to sit down with graph paper and graph out the pattern in entirety. Because I ripped this thing back like 4 or 5 times. And I knew I was knitting it right, and I knew it had to be something with the way the pattern was written. Now, if you're a more advanced knitter and you are intuitive in these things and know, I'm getting better at doing what Netta tells us is called reading your knitting, which is being able to look at just your knitting and see, oh, no, wait, there's a mistake here, you know. I'm getting better at that, but this one kind of challenged that, but I think I've got it. And the one thing I've learned too is don't stop in the middle of a round or a row.
Oh yeah, I've done that a couple times and
Take it all the way back. Take it all the way to the end of that row or to that round. Get back to that stitch marker. If you will thank yourself. Or if you have like a shawl where there's a center spine and a repeat on each side, get to the stitch markers for the center spine.
Yep. I had to
don't stop in the middle of a repeat. Just don't.
I had to tink back the shawl and the socks the other day.
Oof.
Because I'd stopped in the middle of and oh yeah, it was bad. I was pissed.
And then everybody's favorite shawl, my Celtic Myths in the fingering weight. I've gotten quite a bit done on the applied border.
It's looking good.
This is all I have left to do on this shawl is to finish off the applied border. And it has to go here. And I have all of this to do.
Getting there.
So I have quite a bit. I'm getting there. But I am loving this cabling pattern. Loving it. And I think I chose a really good colorway for this shawl.
Yeah, it looks really good.
I'm on the second ball of yarn. It's Deborah Norville Serenity Sock Weight in the Woodsy Green.
Oh, and Skipper can be heard. Oh, that's the other new thing in my life. I now have an Amazon parrot living in my home.
Yep.
Who is now going to talk.
They're not back on my roof, are they? I think they are. Oh.
So
That's something I forgot to tell you guys. Last week we were going to film, but the day we planned to film, super busy. And I was getting a new roof put on.
The joys.
And I film upstairs in my townhouse, so it was like they were right overhead. it wasn't going to work. But that's about it I have for yarn crafts. So just 3 works in progress. No finishes.
Well, let's see. What have I got? I pulled stock off of the needles. So finished the first stock. And quite promptly. Yep, now we can start to hear him. Oh well.
Yep.
It's not.
Sorry.
And put the second one on the needle. I've already finished the heel. I'm on the gusset decrease.
Mhm.
So, and then I'll be to the straight foot. So there's where that one is. Let's see. I've hit the second ball of yarn for the shawl. And it is looking awesome and is in the middle of a row. But it is looking really good and getting very big. So not quite as big as I want it yet, but it's getting very close to being done, I think. So there's that one. And then I started working on my father-in-law's again, I think. So I've started on the third band. Where's the side with the third band started, or fourth band? Yeah, I've started on the fourth band. I haven't got through the first row on it, but considering my crazy schedule, that's doing pretty good. So that's where my yarn craft is sitting. The sock is currently probably, and the shawl are probably seeing the most amount of time because they're a little less cumbersome to pick up, and they travel well. And since I've been doing a lot of traveling, those have what's been going. But I have a lot of stash acquisition for knitting.
Yes, you do. So I'm just going to kick back with my cup and watch you go.
So I got the knitting magazine. And I don't know if I would actually get these very often because they're kind of cool, but I mean, honestly, this little extra was the perk, the fingerless mitts that, you know, Mindy wants the pattern for.
Mm-hmm.
And I really love this shawl. So those were 2 biggies that I was like, I like the sweaters too. I might try the sweaters in here. So there was that. And I only got it because it was a twofer. We got both. And then I went to the my local yarn store, and the Leading Men Fiber Arts was having a trunk show. So I picked up these 2 beautiful yarns. And I will be using these 2, which this one is my school colors that are dyed just for my local yarn store. And I will be doing a shawl, the Lala shawl, out of those 2 colors.
That's going to look so cool.
So I thought that was pretty awesome. And then protect my yarn. And I was gifted by the lovely Jessie Marie the pattern for the gumdrop shawl, which I really want to start soon. What?
It's a cute little shawl.
Oh, yes, yes it is. Where is it? Come on, tablet. I know, I just woke you up. How dare I?
Asking technology to actually do stuff.
It all seems to have its own little attitude. And I, of course, start all my patterns on Evernote. So I always have all my patterns: cross stitch, knitting, crochet. And of course, it's going to be extra slow. I probably could have pulled it up on Rad faster. And while it's pulling it up, I'm going to do it the first time, because I will likely do this multiple times, in this yarn. I love the color. And since I'm still learning to knit, I'm a little bit less willing to use super nice yarns when I haven't done something before. So that's the pattern, and I've seen it done with the loops and thread yarn, and it looks very pretty. So I feel like I'm pretty safe using this yarn. So I got the yarn. I've got more yarn for my niece, who I was going to make her one thing, but now she wants the unicorn hat that I had made. Only I'm going to be doing it in pink or in purples. So I'll be using this variegated purple for the edging, the mane for her unicorn hat. And then my sister-in-law, who attempted to make socks, not what I would use for sock yarn, I don't think, although I don't know. She gave me 2 balls of purple, and it looks nothing like what the camera is showing. But yeah, they're a dark purple, and it's again in the loops and thread. So Lord only knows what I'll do with that. And then this is what I'm going to make another one of the Lala shawls for my mom. So yeah, a little yarn acquisition going on.
Just a little.
Yeah, just a touch. Oh, and I got needles too. I almost forgot about that. I got all those needles for a really good price.
Oh, that's right, you did. She went to Tuesday mornings and got lucky.
So Tuesday morning, and I came out with a number 1 48-inch, a number 0 48-inch, a 10.5 at 36 inches, a 5 at 36 inches. And yes, you can see those prices right. I paid $2.99. So, and then because while I like my knitting needles with the shawl, I was going crazy. The joins drive me crazy. So I got the number 4 48-inch at Joann's, so that for the gumdrop shawl, I can stitch it without tearing my hair out.
Trying to put on enough cables to make it big enough.
Well, no, the cable came loose. It undid.
Oh, that's right.
And it dropped stitches in the middle. And then I had to try and pick that up. And that's not such a big deal on worsted weight yarn. But can you imagine trying to do that on sock weight?
That's I'd cry.
So I was like, yeah, okay, I can deal with this with worsted. The acrylic stuff kind of sets where it is, and it's pretty easy to pick back up. But the sock weight stuff, I'd be crying. So yeah, I got a great deal on needles and was very happy. And I paid full price for the other one, but I didn't care.
There comes a time in every crafter's life where we're like, I don't have a coupon and it's not on sale. Okay, I don't care because I'm not dealing with this anymore.
Yep. And that's where I was at with that. I was like, there is no way I'm stitching the gumdrop shawl, which I am seriously tempted to start soon, because it's just for me. And
you have startitis.
Hey, I have high blood pressure. Whatever I have to do to bring it down, if that means starting 20 projects, I'm going to start 20 projects and everybody can just bite me. I said it. So I think it sounds like a great excuse. I could use my high blood pressure excuse.
I want to see how long Jim buys that.
Hey, he's encouraging me to take time for my stitching and not stress over my homework so much. This is a change from last week where I was being nagged incessantly about my schoolwork.
Yeah.
He went out and he bought me all those healthy snacks. Today, get this, I about died laughing. So we were having tacos or burritos last night for dinner. And we had just spent $40 on low sodium snacks for me because like nothing in the house was low sodium. And so I'm making my taco and I look at the tortilla shells. There's 24% of your daily sodium in one damn tortilla shell, which is crazy. So Jim's like, well, we've got to do something about that because we eat tortillas all the time. He went this morning and found a recipe to make his own tortillas so that I can have tortillas without maxing out my sodium every time. And I'm like,
Tortilla press.
It doesn't even call for a tortilla press, but we can get those here too. Like I need another kitchen gadget. But I was like, that's dedication. I'm like, aw. So yeah, we'll see how long the new starts last before he starts snagging again.
Start doing what Steve does every time. I'm like, look, honey, look what I've done. And he's like, oh, that's great. It looks nothing like Middle Earth, but that's great.
I'm going to get started getting pushed back on working on Dad's project. I can see that's got to go back on the frame. I was actually wanting to work on it the other day, but it's just getting it up and finding time. The smalls are just a little bit more manageable. Now, here's the funny thing. He thinks next semester is going to be easier.
But you're teaching.
But you're only teaching. You don't have to take all those classes, too. Like, oh, if you only knew how crazy that idea is. I'm just not going to argue it with him. I'm just like, okay, honey. If that's what you think. So what do we got future plans?
Do what makes me happy.
We're going to see how many new starts I have between now and the next filming.
I want to see how many finishes I can get in. Like, finishes, like FFOs.
Well, I'm seriously considering starting the Haid with Corey and Netta. But I don't know. I might just go for smalls because I can stitch those without pulling my hair out.
I was going to say, you're supposed to be trying to lower your blood pressure.
Yeah, I'm sitting here looking at my whips going, yeah, I don't really need to start another big one right now. I kind of want to start another big one, but then I'm like, but then there's the whole stress of I want to work on it, but I don't have any time to work on it, and I don't need that.
No, you guys have noticed it because Jerry's mentioned in my cup, I changed the paper. Leaves right now for fall.
See, I'd have Halloween in there by now.
Oh, it'll go in there. Ian chose this one. It was one of my bribes because I was cutting out, because I bought a whole bunch of paper. Just recently, we had our Moonlight Madness sale at Joann's. And open stock paper that was between 79 cents and 99 cents was 10 for $2. So I bought 10 pieces of paper and made them a bunch of different liners.
Keep flashing that cup. I'm telling you, it's going to disappear. Evil. Everybody see what I have to put up with?
So Ian chose that because I was like, okay, honey. I'm like, because he was sitting there, like, homework this past weekend was a bit of pulling teeth with him. It was trying to get him to focus and to sit and do it. And I was like, okay, you get that math sheet done. You can choose which of the between the Halloween and fall, which paper goes in the cup first. And he's like, okay. Does his math comes back? I choose the leaves. I'm like, okay, leaves it is.
He must be the easiest kid to bribe to do stuff.
Well, then Sunday we had to use chocolate. It was a little mini Hershey bar. You know,
Yeah.
for 1 bar for each worksheet he completed, or
Huh.
each assignment he completed.
I'm not
Maybe.
above bribery.
Nope, neither am I.
Use what works.
So my plan also is I am working on, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, is I'm putting my channel, my personal channel, through some rebranding. It's not changing. I'm not taking down any videos. It's not changing, but it is. I am, for a while now, I've been known as Miss Mel Stitching Corner, and as you guys have seen, I am multi-craft. I do a lot of different crafts. And so I'm going to change now to Miss Mel's Crafting Corner. And what I'll do is with the FlossTube videos, when I watch my FlossTube videos, I will put FlossTube before I put in the title. It'll say FlossTube, blah, you know, colon, and then the title of the video. Really find those. Some of the new videos that will go up as I'm filming and editing them and putting them up are going to be more like through this project, you know. So it could be quilting, it could be FFOing something, it could be, you know, that's not a quilting sewing project, but actually like sewing like a bag or something. And then different stuff. I'll still do hauls. I'll still do FlossTube videos. I'm just evolving my channel into more of a reflective of me and not just focusing on my one craft. And yes, the weekly vlogs will be coming back. I wasn't filming them for over the summer and all that because our lives got really repetitive and it kind of got boring, like day in and day out, to see me just sitting there all day stitching. But they'll be coming back. They'll be making a comeback. They might be like, now I won't, to start off with so I don't burn out, is I might not film every day that week, but it will be like clips throughout the whole week. Like, oh, hey, look, we're going to go do something today. Let's vlog this. Until I'm able to ramp myself back up to vlogging every day. And then I might switch later on in the future to actually posting daily vlogs. We'll see. But yep, so there'll be a few changes going on over at my channel. It won't affect you guys at all. Just me.
And I'm taking more of a backseat to that because, well, my channel is, you know, one, I'm not getting much stitching done, but two, yeah, health comes first. So,
Health and family always come first.
although my current focus is the Stitch Once event.
Yes.
And sorting is coming up next week.
Yay. Get ready, everybody, so you know which house you'll be in.
And I think what I've decided is I'm going to try and do, start putting people in houses kind of as we go a little bit, instead of trying to do it all things or all Halloween, which I have work. So I'll be in Peoria that day. So if I tried to do it all on that one day, that would probably be a little too much.
You got to work that. You got to be in Peoria all day that day. I believe I took the day off of work, but Alex has an ortho appointment, so I may have to meet ex-husband halfway back to the cities to get him the rest of the way to school, and then finish up costumes and
Yeah.
set up the house for the trick-or-treaters. And yeah, that day's just
So I think I've made up my mind. I'm going to, when I put it up, and then I'll just start kind of going through it as people
yep.
complete the sorting task. Because yes, there's a task.
There's always a task with you. I think headmaster was headmistress was the wrong term for you. Should have been like
Taskmaster.
taskmaster.
But I'm looking forward to this event, so I hope everybody's going to enjoy it.
Yeah, I really do too. This is just you guys' little glimpse into the behind the scenes of what goes on for the group of Cross Stitch It's Fun. The reason why we have hangouts going so long and almost all the time with the admins is because there is a lot of administrative work and behind the scenes work that has to get done. And getting it done, it's like, it feels better to be sitting here typing on the computer and doing the work while I'm talking to people.
Yep, for sure. For sure. But
I think
that's it.
I think that's about it.
This might be one of our shorter videos.
This is what sickness does. Because I had like a couple days during this last bout where I just laid on that couch. I did absolutely nothing.
I don't have any time to do it. My health problem may actually mean I get more stitching time.
Yeah, that's not fair.
I don't recommend you try this.
Yeah, don't have your blood pressure go to stroke range and then have the doctors go, oh, okay, you can go home now. And then decide to Google your blood pressure and go, ooh,
Well, I have another doctor's appointment next week, so
that's good.
I have a feeling if it's still high, we're going to be addressing it then.
Welcome to the world of high blood pressure medication.
Very possibly, or he'll refer me to somebody else.
Oh, yes.
Because that's the way that always works. Oh, hey, you need to have this dealt with. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to refer to you to yet another doctor.
Well, I'm hoping the next time we film, I have some FFOs ready for you guys, because I have a few stockings that I need to get finished. I have a wall hanging that needs to get done. When I have other littles that I did the first year of Cross Stitch It's Fun.
Yeah.
When we did the crazy.
Ooh, I just thought of something I might start today.
So hopefully we have more stuff to show you guys next week. Let's hope we continue on this upward trend for why do you show me these things?
Because they're really cute, and look at that cauldron.
Is that in the Halloween or the fall?
It's the Cross Stitch Crazy.
Oh, I don't have that one. Thank God.
And here's the other one that's been pulling at me since I saw it.
Okay, that one is adorable.
Yeah, so I might start another one.
There is one I've been looking at. Oh, I had Happy Mail and I don't have it up here.
Save it for next time.
Yes.
I could do my Serenity Prayer too. I don't know, but you start.
This was in this cross stitch, cross stitch one.
Yeah, which one?
It is
because I need
the
more.
Garment of God sampler.
Yeah, I like that one.
It's It's not a. I don't believe it's a true reproduction. I think it's
An inspiration.
inspired. Yeah, it's an inspiration sampler.
Hmm.
But I love it. I love those type of samplers where it's either reproduction or reproduction inspired.
Yep.
So I've been thinking about doing that. Oh, and people, this magazine is still available on shelves. The Halloween magazine right now is still available on shelves. And I believe
Oh, wait. I forgot. I need to enable you.
I was hoping we'd skip the enabling portion of this. Okay.
Where is it?
I hope you're all getting a good laugh about this.
I bought a digital magazine yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw something that we're going to have to get.
Oh, great.
I'm just not enabling you. I am telling you I want this and will be purchasing it. So I'm just dragging you along with me. So I'm sure that makes you feel so much better.
Yes. So much.
Can't help it. Sorry. Kind of funny.
You could. You could help it.
Yeah, but what fun would that be? You've got to suffer, and I'm going to get to it faster on the computer. So I got the Cross Stitch Crazy Christmas edition yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Where is it? One, they have a Joan Elliott, which is stunning. I mean, it's gorgeous. So there's that. And then
I hope you all are being enabled right along with me.
Oh, wait till I find the other one. Oh, here's another one that is adorable. Mindy.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm not even to the good stuff yet. Oh, almost passed it. Make sure I've got a very good picture for you. This is now what I am hunting for. Take it in. And yep.
My God.
So, for those who don't know Mindy and I's penchant, we love the Ultimate Cross Stitch magazines. And this is a Christmas one. And you'll notice the stunning Christmas angel on the front page.
Mm-hmm.
We both passed on the Christmas one last year.
Yeah, which we're kicking ourselves for.
And I don't think either one of us are going to pass on this one this year. Joan Elliott, Margaret Sherry, Leslie Tier. I'm done. I have to have it.
Susan Bates, Amanda Gregory. I mean,
yeah. So now
okay. Barnes and Noble, here I come.
I don't even know if it's out yet in the store. Because it doesn't say when it comes out. But it's in the newest one. It's in this month, so we're probably not going to get till next month.
That's fine.
So first person to see it has got to tell everybody else about it because we want it.
We want it.
We want it bad.
Yep. We skipped on last year's Christmas, which we are now kicking ourselves for. because there were some gorgeous patterns in that one. We got the fantasy.
They have the Margaret Sherry mice. It has something called the Santa Express, which is, it's got Santa in the train, and then it's got Caboose, and I can't see it very clearly because you have to blow it up really big, but it's got a train, or it's got a car with like toys and a Christmas tree, and then the Caboose has got a reindeer and an elf in it.
Oh my goodness.
So I can pretty much guarantee that will be coming home with Mindy and I.
Yes. I'm on the lookout for the Safari one. I miss getting Safari, which Charity has.
Yeah, I think I have.
I think you have Safari.
I don't have Safari. I have Nature.
Oh, that's right. You have Nature. I got to get Nature. We were thinking about Safari.
Yeah.
And that's because of the amazingly detailed big cats in the Safari one.
Yeah. I might have to go look at what's at Barnes & Noble. Maybe I'll try.
I just have to say, guys, about these ultimate collections. If you are somebody who's a little bit stuck in a rut about your designers, or you want to have a great book that has a smattering of wonderful, wonderful designers. So this one should have just been called Joan Elliott and Friends.
Yeah.
This is the fantasy. These ultimate cross-stitch collection books are superb in that you get so many charts. This, for example, this fantasy one
173
was 173 charts.
And they're so different sizes, different styles.
And I think Steve paid $15 for mine. I think mine was $14.99 because he got it at Barnes & Noble. Oh, I was looking for this yesterday, and I cut a new one.
Huh?
Okay, I have two. You got to hurry up and get a cup so I can send you a butterfly.
Well, since I can't find one for under $50 right now.
But this is, I mean, you get Lucy Heaton. Obviously, Joan Elliott is in here, and Leslie Tier are in these a lot.
They're just stunning.
Mm-hmm.
But then you get people like Adam Prescott, who I'd never heard before, and both Mindy and I are stitching this because it's stunning.
It is such an amazing watercolor.
Yeah.
The source art for that piece was so amazing, and the way they were able to capture the watercolor aspect in the stitching blew my mind. But these books literally have something for everyone. If you love doing the big pieces with lots of backstitch and lots of beading, lots of sparkly stuff, it's jam-packed full of those. It's also jam-packed full of artists that you may have not heard of before, who are trying to break into the industry. So they're just designing for magazines right now. I mean, when you get big names like Joan Elliott and Leslie Tier and you're in a magazine with them, people are going to see your stuff. And then you get like Lucy Heaton, who does a lot of charactered alphabets and smalls, and the amount of smalls in these books is amazing. And they're broken up so you can like hodgepodge your own little sampler together.
Mm-hmm. It is I can't wait to get the Christmas one. I saw that yesterday, and I can't believe I forgot to tell you last night that there was a new Christmas one out that we had to have, because last year I was kicking myself, but when I flipped through it, I just didn't see quite enough to make me buy it. But I really wish I had.
Yep.
Now I want this. I won't make that mistake twice.
See, like in this one, I keep going back to this one, which is one I have like right over. It's always within reach. Lucy Heaton did a couple different, like Lucy Heaton and Joan Elliott did a bunch of components for cards where you can mix and match. Like Joan's Elliott's are all flower fairies, and then she has a component where it says happy birthday, and then with love, or then just a flower band, or just a single flower. So you can create your own card. Lucy Heaton did birthday fairies. I mean,
There's so much in those books.
there's so much in here. That's so great. What is this?
I almost
Oh.
got the nature one this summer, but I just didn't opt for it. And
I thought you went with nature. It was safari you passed on.
no, I didn't get the nature one either. The nature one was just landscapes
Oh, that's right.
to get it because, well, I have a lot of landscaping stuff right now.
Like there's so much in these books. And then the one thing that I really love about their books is they're really for every level of Stitcher.
Mhm.
Because they have in the back here these great informational pages. And it tells you what they have here is a little needle guide. So you find the size of your needle and it will tell you what size Aida or even weave that needle works with the best. They tell you how to read their keys. They actually give you a little starter chart back here that's a lesson.
Mhm.
You get a free lesson in the book. I love it.
And then you do what I did
And get it spiral bound.
and you spend another $10, but it's well worth the money. I have a nice cover and it's spiral bound and a protective cover on the back. And I don't even have to
It lays open and you're not breaking the spine.
yeah. And if I wanted to, for the small ones, I don't have to make copies of the patterns. I can work directly out of the magazine now. Or I can easily make a working copy, which is a nightmare to do with a regular magazine.
So if anyone should happen to see last year's Ultimate Collection Christmases, the Christmas one from last year, forward the link.
Yep, we wouldn't be complaining.
Yeah. That's the thing with these is when you see them, get them. Because otherwise you are paying more than what you would have on the shelf or back copies.
Yep. Hey, I finished the bottom of the border while we filmed.
Yay. I'm filling in caution sign yellow.
Well, I think we're going to call it a wrap, and we will see you guys all in hopefully 2 weeks, given hopefully that both of our health holds up for both of us. Fingers crossed.
Let's hope that we're both stay on this on the mend path.
Yep.
Yep.
All right. So everybody have a great day, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye.
Bye.